ChildLine, and today we're doing part two of storytelling. It's a new web series story kind of thing that we're doing now that outreach activities have transferred to virtual platforms. So, the title for today's story is Potatoes, Eggs, and Coffee Beans. And this is another story that I really love. Reason being, I think it's a story that shows you that no matter what situation comes up, you have the option or you get to choose how you respond in the situation. So I hope you enjoy this story. It's not that long, but or it might be a little long, but it's cool. So this is the story. So once upon a time, a daughter complained to her father that her life was absolutely miserable, and she didn't know what was going to make things change. She was tired of fighting and she was tired of struggling, and it just felt like if as soon as one problem was solved, another problem just followed. So her father, who was a chef at the time, took her into the kitchen and he filled 3 pots with water and he placed them on a high fire. Once the three pots began to boil, he placed potatoes in one pot, he placed some eggs in the second pot, and he placed some coffee beans in a third pot. So he sat and he let them sit, and without saying a word to his daughter, of course, and his daughter moaned and she groaned impatiently, and she was wondering, Daddy, what are you really doing? So after about 20 minutes or so, he turned off the burners and he took the potatoes out of the pot and he placed them in a bowl. And he pulled the eggs out as well and he placed them in a bowl. And he strained the coffee and into a cup and turning to her, he said, Daughter, what do you see? So hastily she responded, Potatoes, eggs, and coffee, Daddy. Duh. He was like, No, take a closer look and touch the potatoes. She did, and she noted that the potatoes, they were actually soft. He then turned and said, What about the egg? And she took the egg and she broke it and realized that there was a hard shell that now had to be removed, and inside she found the boiled egg. And finally, she took a sip of the coffee, and the rich aroma brought a nice smile on her face. So the father said to her, What does that mean? And she said, Well, I'm not sure. And he said, No, I need you to think about it a little more. What does that mean? She still said she didn't know. So he said, Okay, I'll explain it to you. He said that the potatoes, the eggs, and the coffee beans had all faced the same adversity or the same challenge in life, which was the boiling water. However, each one of them reacted differently. So she started to smile a little bit, and he continued. The potato went in strong and hard and unrelenting, but the boiling water made it become soft and it was weak. The egg, however, at first was very fragile with a thin outer shell protecting its liquid interior. But when you put it in the boiling water, what happened? The inside of the egg became very, very hard. He said, but on the other hand, now, you had coffee beans. And the coffee beans were very unique in how they treated with the situation. After they were exposed to the boiling water, they changed the water and created something new. So he asked, Which one are you? When adversity comes knocking on your door, how do you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean? So she laughed and he said, No, really. Things will happen around us, things will happen to us, but the only thing that truly matters is what happens within us. And he's saying, which one are you? You need to be mindful that even though things might be difficult, you might not have the job that you want, you may have lost your job, you may not have to school, you may not be able to see your friends, you may not be able to eat or enjoy interactions with your neighbors, may not be able to play games, you may not be able to do things the way that you were accustomed doing it because life as we knew it changed. Um, you still have a choice. And the choice that you have is how are you going to respond to the situation? Are you going to, at first, what in Trinidad sometimes, are you going to be two-faced and respond one way in situation A and respond another way in situation B? Or are you going to be consistent in the way that you choose to respond to situations? And hopefully, if you make the decision to be consistent with the way that you want to go about dealing with situations, choose a coping strategy that might be positive for you, something that you know would actually help build you as a person. And always keep in mind that there will always be challenges in life. There's no person on the face of this earth, I believe, that could say there's never a challenge in life. Yes, there are challenges in life, and there are days that you'd feel better than others. There are days that are worse than others. But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't take away from the fact that you have an opportunity to make a choice. So please think about it. Are you going to be a potato? Are you going to be an egg? Or are you going to be a coffee beans and a bean? Do something about it. Change the environment and make the best of the situation. Because at the end of the day, that's the most that you could really do. So the story for today. Um, Thanks for watching. And if you have any stories in mind that you want us to share, or any comments, if you need any information about how to deal with the any psychosocial support during this time, as in the COVID pandemic time, feel free to reach out to Childline's helpline. The contact number is 800-4321 or 131. It's free. It's available 24/7. And thanks. So have a good day.